So today we have a gentleman. He is now here between you, and he called me actually. His daughter, she left Islam. I spoke to her, and his daughter, she said that her father, accusing me of lying to her, and he said he can prove it to her in a minute. So I spoke to them, and I spoke to him nicely. I understand he is a person. He is born into this religion, and he is trying to get his daughter back to the cult of Islam. So he said to me, you told my daughter that the word nikah or nukah mean the F word, not marriage. If you cannot prove it, you are a liar. And my daughter, she agreed with me that she will leave Islam. So sorry, she will leave Christianity, and she will come back to Islam because she left Islam based on a lie. Now the daughter, she is not really. She did not confirm what he said, that she will leave Christianity and become a Muslim again. But she wanted me. This is how I felt from her, to get her father busted. And I hope now he's listening, and his daughter is next to him, and maybe she is smiling. Now he said, how you can prove it to us? It's impossible. There is no way the prophet, he will say such a thing. So my friend, I want you to watch with me on the screen the father of this lady. This is the word nikah in the Quran, as you see. It's all over in the Quran. The good thing is, this person, he speak, he don't know Arabic, but he can read. I think he's maybe originally from India or something like that. So this is the word nikah, and you can take it from any verse you want. I mean, chapter 2, verse 235, chapter 2, verse number 37, chapter 4, verse number 6, chapter whatever you want. So let us copy the word nikah as it is from the screen. I'm taking a screenshot. So the one who do not speak Arabic, he just compare between the two words we will show in the screen. Look how fast I can prove to you that the word nikah mean intercourse, sex, does not mean marriage. Do you see how fast it is? The prophet, he said, "Isna'u kulla shay'in illa nikah." The prophet, he do everything except nikah. Okay, what does that mean? They are talking about when women, they have their menstruation. He said, do everything except sexual intercourse. And this is the Muslim translation. This is the Muslim translation. Do you see it? Okay. And this is the Arabic. So when Muhammad says, do everything except, do everything when women, they have menstruation. Do everything with your wives. Do all your wives. Do everything else apart from sexual intercourse. What is the word sexual intercourse translated from which word? Except nikah. So my friend, the one who just we spoke to, and your daughter, it is your turn now to leave Islam, because you said to me, I challenge you. There is no way the prophet will teach such a teaching. And here we go. We took a screenshot for the word nikah. We are going to put them next to each other, so those who don't speak Arabic, they can read it. You see how easy it is? And this hadith is sahih, by the way. This is sahih Muslim. Even says reported by Muslim. So let us open the image, the screenshot which we took. My computer is acting weird. Okay. Let us zoom in. This is the word nikah here. And this is the word nikah here. Is it the same? It is the same. So do everything with your wife. She is your wife. You know, if Muhammad's saying do everything except marriage, I mean, he is saying to her to send to the kiss them, touch them, play with them, fondle them, but he is saying don't marry them, because if the word nikah mean marriage, that's mean he is saying don't marry them. So have all kind of sexual relationship with them except marrying them. And as you see here, the same repeat again. Do everything except the nikah. It's in the black, you see it? And the reason for this hadith was the word nikah has two senses. You see, my friend, how the people, they use it in two ways. If it's mean marriage, it's mean marriage. You don't say, if the word nikah mean to get married, you don't say do everything except marriage. To do what? To do with your wife. So if Muhammad used it in his time as marriage, then he should not say the same word for sexual intercourse. Do you understand? Because either it's mean marriage or it mean intercourse. As simple as that. It cannot be both. So when you say the word mean two things, I have to say that Muslims these days are using it as word mean marriage. But as you see, the word, you know, do everything except a nikah. What nikah is sexual intercourse. And this is the Muslim translation. And as you see, this is Sahih Muslim. This is Sahih Hadith. The Muslim, they cannot say this is weak and, you know, this garbage always. They come to us. This is in Abu Dawood. And as you see here, this is Sahih. He says, read with me carefully. This is different hadith, says, جامعوهن في البيوت واصنعوا كل شيء غير النكاح. Do you see it? Do everything in the houses with them, everything. And جامعوهن simply mean you do like sexual things, and do everything except what? Intercourse. So the word nikah does not mean marriage. We don't lie, my friend. And here you need to ask yourself, in Arabic we have the word zawaj. Everybody use it. If you remember, a Muslim, he said that there is a Bible translation using the word nikah. First of all, if this is true, this is a stupid translation, because he translated the Bible to the Muslims. So he put the word there, and the one who translated that copy is even from Germany, I think, or Austria. So he is obviously, he's saying, or he's translating as he learned from the Muslims. But this is a very false learning. Our Bible is not a translation. Our Bible is the original, and we don't approve such a thing. So I will be waiting for him. Until now I did not receive anything. I will be waiting from him to confirm. Okay. Well, his daughter, she is saying thank you very much. That was great. But I don't see anything from her father yet. He don't want to go live on air. You know, he is a very private person. He says he don't want to be recorded and be in public and etc. And I understand. But as you see, this cannot be from God. And in the same time, Islam does not, you know, Islam, if there is a marriage in Islam, then why divorce? I mean, why divorce does not even exist? Because when you say divorce in Islam, what is exactly the word divorce mean? Or when a Muslim, he says taliq or talaq, what does it exactly mean? It's just a word you say to fire the person who's working for you. If she is really a wife, that will not be that easy. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard to finish such a unity happen under the name of God. But because it's just a sexual contract, then you even send a text message, she is divorced. So what divorce is that? Is that really a divorce? No. They call it divorce because this is the system they used to. But in reality, this is nothing but an ending of contract. The woman, she get paid when she is hired. The woman, she is fired, she get paid when she is fired. And when Muhammad, he says, do everything except nikah, you need to ask yourself, he could not find a better word to use if nikah mean marriage. Why he used the word marriage, word nikah for intercourse? And if the same word mean two things, that is awful. Because Zawaj is way more noble than intercourse. If Muhammad and the God of Muhammad, he chose the same word as intercourse to be the word to use for marriage, that means when we say marriage, we say intercourse. When we say intercourse, we say marriage. How that can be marriage then? We have a Mr. InshaAllah saying, I already said that nikah has two meanings, can be sexual intercourse and also marriage according to Arabic. Okay. My friend, the Arabic lexicon, they do what people use as a language today. As an example, today the word sa in Arabic means 60 minutes. Sa in the time of Muhammad was no less than 10 to 15 minutes. So Allah indahu ilmu sa'a. Is that the 60 minutes? So you see the word sa, it's all over. So today the word of it or use of it is different from the time of Muhammad use. So you are going by a dictionary which is made now, have nothing to do with the time of Muhammad and the language, the original language. Sometime when you say to me that this word nikah have two meaning, isn't it stupid to use a word have two meaning and one of them is to F for marriage? In Arabic we have the word zawaj already. We use it. You do not need to use the word nikah. So why you are using a word which is filthy? So if you are saying to me that this word have two meaning, that's mean the original meaning of it is the intercourse. Today you are using it as marriage, but it's not. And this is why your prophet is saying, do everything except nikah when your wife she have menstruation or your woman. Do everything except nikah. So when the Muslim they give an excuse, the excuse is even more guilty than the accusation itself. And this is God. Could not God find a better word from nikah? Yeah, that is example. The word gay used to be a word mean happy not long time ago, and now it is a word mean something else, right? However, the Quran today have nothing to do with the Quran exist in the time of Muhammad, and this is proven left and right. And you ask the Muslims, who is the one who add those things? Who is the one actually the Quran in front of us? Who is the one who named those verses like this or chapters? Who is the one who gave the numbers? Did Allah give you numbers? Did Allah, he says to you, this is a verse? Did Allah says this sentence is a verse? No. Did the angel says that? No. The Muslim, they are trying to make a book like the Bible. So they have chapters and they have verses. But this is not how their God give it to them. Did Allah, he says to Muhammad, chapter 7, verse number 34? No. 33:49 you gave me. Okay, let's go to 43. Okay, hold on. 33, sorry. All right, let us go to 33:49. You will be sorry. The second we go there, you will say to me, I don't mean it. Be ready. Okay, this is 49. You see, this is your translation saying, if you do, when you marry a believing woman and then divorce them, and you say the word is nakahtum, mean marriage, that's false. Because divorce in Islam happen only if you do intercourse. Marriage is not exist unless you do intercourse. before the intercourse is called katbul kitab. So when he say وَإِذَا نَكَحْتُمْ, mean when you if women, then their divorce will be the following. And this is why if we go and search right now in Prophet Google, peace upon him, we will find that a man, he will not pay his dowry unless he do the nikah, which means the intercourse. And he cannot divorce a woman if she is not his wife anyway. Right? So when you do the intercourse, she is your wife. Before that, it's just a katbul kitab, which means a marriage without consummate the marriage, what they call it. Yeah. So she is legally your wife, but the word nikah is what will make the wife your wife. Before that day, she is just, there's a contract, an agreement. That is called katbul kitab. The nikah is confirming it, which means the intercourse. Same time, look what you give me. I will take the word you gave me, and I will copy it, and I will paste it again in the search engine. Read carefully. Chapter 2, verse number 230. If a husband, he divorce a wife, she cannot go back to the previous husband unless she do nikah to the new husband. So now she have a husband, but she have to do nikah to him. Say that if you divorce them before you touch them. So guys, if you divorce them before you touch them, okay, what is the word touch? What is the word touch? You see, you just answer yourself. Guys, thank you for saying that. Guys, read with me carefully. He just got his prophet busted. Okay, read. Let us put your comments so people they can see. Are you blind? Cannot you see that the verse says if you divorce them before you touch them? Let us see. In the front of you it says, and if you divorce them before you touch them, you have nothing with them. So why it says إِذَا نَكَحْتُمُ الْمُؤْمِنَاتِ? Here he is making an exception. If you do if the believers, and then you divorce them, or if you marry the believer before you touch them, then you have no, let us say, you have no responsibility on them, right? So when we take it as marriage, and then you divorce them, but how you divorce someone, she is not your wife. And the proof of that, you will see that she have no iddah, which means she need to not to wait for 3 months. Why? Because simply you did not consummate the marriage. Because there's no nikah happened. There's no marriage happened. There's nothing. This is why the women, she do not need to wait. So what marriage is you having sex with the wife. If you don't have sex with the wife, the marriage never happened. It's just a contract. You are saying that you can have sex with women without touching them? No, I'm not saying you can have sex with women without touching them. But according to your religion, my friend, it says, in your book here it says, you see, even you Muslims, you translate saying intercourse. Do you see the word intercourse? Do you see it? So you are going to pay, and you have a lawful obligation only if you do intercourse, right? Only if you do intercourse. And here Muhammad is giving like an exception. Muslim, they do nikah. Usually they do the intercourse part as part of the nikah, right? But here you are going in the process of nikah, which means you stop before the intercourse. Therefore, it's not a marriage. Therefore, there's no obligation. Therefore, you don't pay dowry. Therefore, she don't wait a period. Therefore, she have no obligation against you. You have nothing against her. She go home and she is free. And when your prophet, he says, do everything when women have intercourse except nikah. And if the word nikah mean marriage, then how he say you do everything with your wife except nikah? And we showed the reference already. When you do with your wife, جامعوهن في البيوت واصنعوا كل شيء غير النكاح. So when you do with your wife, you do with her everything except the nikah. So if nikah mean marriage, how he is saying you do everything with your wife except marriage? Is she married already to him or not? Do you see it? So do everything with your wife except the nikah. Let us go and see the translation. Do everything with your wife except intercourse. So you are bringing your confusion to us, saying, are you now playing with the word 3349, clear that nikah mean marriage? Otherwise, why you divorced him? Well, let us go with this. Why, how you can divorce women before you marry them, correct? This is what you are saying. Well, let us go and see if this is true or not. If we go in the Quran and we see what is the word divorce anyway. What is the word divorce? Who is the one have the right to divorce? Is somebody is married, right? Okay. But how the marriage in Islam is accepted to be marriage? What is the marriage? Let us go to the Quran. It says, you pay your wages for using it, for enjoying it. So marriage in Islam is using the women private part and enjoying it, literally. Chapter 4, verse number 24. And this is the same chapter used for the mut'ah. Read carefully. It's forbidden for you to do nikah to married women. Listen carefully. It's forbidden for you to do nikah to a married woman. Okay. Nikah to married women. Except your slaves. So nikah is marriage. And then if you enjoy it, then you pay from your property for enjoying the sexual intercourse. Do you see it? So the nikah here is only considered to be nikah only if you do the sexual intercourse, because before that it's just a paper. This is what your Quran is saying in the other chapter. It's not really a marriage. There's no marriage happen. You are free, she's free. But if you do the intercourse, that is really the nikah. This is marriage now, according to your religion. And then you have to pay her because you enjoy it. You see here, it says, so those of you who have enjoyed sexual relationship, give them the mahar. So when you pay the mahar when you do the intercourse nikah. Otherwise, she don't deserve anything. Why? Because you enjoy her private part. Are you with me? So don't tell me, are you avoiding the other chapter? We are not avoiding it. When you do with your wife, جامعوهن في البيوت واصنعوا كل شيء غير النكاح. So when you do with your wife, you do with her everything except the nikah. So if nikah mean marriage, how he is saying you do everything with your wife except marriage? Is she married already to him or not? Do you see it? So do everything with your wife except the nikah. Let us go and see the translation. Do everything with your wife except intercourse. So you are bringing your confusion to us, saying, Are you now playing with the word 3349? Clear that nikah mean marriage. Otherwise, why you divorced him? Well, let us go with this. Why? How you can divorce women before you marry them? Correct. This is what you are saying. Well, let us go and see if this is true or not. If we go in the Quran and we see what is the word divorce anyway. What is the word divorce? Who is the one have the right to divorce? Is somebody is married, right? Okay. But how the marriage in Islam is accepted to be marriage? What is the marriage? Let us go to the Quran. It says, you pay your wages for using it, for enjoying it. So marriage in Islam is using the women private part and enjoying it, literally. Chapter 4, verse number 24. And this is the same chapter used for the mut'ah. Read carefully. It's forbidden for you to do nikah to married women. Listen carefully. It's forbidden for you to do nikah to a married woman. Okay. Nikah to married women. Except your slaves. So nikah is marriage. And then if you enjoy it, then you pay from your property for enjoying the sexual intercourse. Do you see it? So the nikah here is only considered to be nikah only if you do the sexual intercourse, because before that it's just a paper. This is what your Quran is saying in the other chapter. It's not really a marriage. There's no marriage happen. You are free, she's free. But if you do the intercourse, that is really the nikah. This is marriage now, according to your religion. And then you have to pay her because you enjoy it. You see here, it says, so those of you who have enjoyed sexual relationship, give them the mahar. So when you pay the mahar, you pay the mahar when you do the intercourse nikah. Otherwise, she don't deserve anything. Why? Because you enjoy her private part. Are you with me? So don't tell me, are you avoiding the other chapter? We are not avoiding it. It is your stupid religion creating its own rules. Marriage is a person who have obligation. As you see, there's no obligation unless you do the intercourse. So it's not marriage yet. So the word nikah is a process of you going to sleep with the women, and then when you sleep with her, you pay her. Chapter 2, verse number 237. Let us go to chapter 2, verse number 237. And then you will be sorry again. Here we go. Read carefully with me. And if you divorce them before you touch them, if you divorce them before you touch them, what does that mean? It means you cancel the contract. And then it says here, those who have uqdatun nikah. Look what your prophet. I think you are helping me. Are you sure you are a Muslim? I think you are coming to help me. Look what your Quran is saying. Those who have in their hand uqdatu an-nikah. What does that mean? I'm waiting for your answer in the chat. Those who have in their hand uqdatu an-nikah. What does that mean? Are you there? Now the Muslim, they will say this guy is paid by a Chrsitian Prince and he is not a Muslim. Do you like to call me? Do you like to call me in Skype? So everybody will hear you? Are you there? What uqdatun nikah mean? It's meaning you have a contract of intercourse. You just get yourself busted. If it's a marriage, you do not need to say uqdatun nikah. If it's the word marriage, there's no need to say the word uqda.